If you are visiting our channel for the first time, please subscribe first to get the latest updates. In our previous lectures, we have seen that how you can evaluate the limit of a function at some definite value, that is x approaches to 2 or 3 or 4. Like we have seen that if limit of x approaches to a of f of x, we will get a definite value, that is L. Or we can say that if we have a function like if x approaches to 2 and the function is x plus 2, then we can evaluate this as by putting the value as 2 plus 2 and we get 4. This is the definite value, that is L. But what if the limit is at infinity? That is the limit at x approaches to infinity. Now what is this and how you can evaluate a function that has a limit at infinity? So let's say we have a function f of x equals to 1 divided by x, where x is not equals to 0 because otherwise it will make it undefined function, and we have to apply the limit on the given function as limit x approaches to infinity of f of x is equals to limit x approaches to infinity of 1 divided by x. So if I put the value of infinity as 1 divided by infinity, what will I get? What does it actually mean? It means that we are dividing a number with a very large number. So when you divide a given number with a very large number, you give a very small number that is equals to 0. So you have to keep in mind that whenever you divide the infinity with any number, you will get 0. So infinity goes in two directions. Infinity goes in two directions. One is plus infinity and the other is minus infinity. Now, as they are indicating that this is positive infinity, it is going towards positive, and the minus infinity is going towards negative. Now keep this in mind that plus infinity represents large numbers. As infinity is not a number, it just gives you an idea that something is going on and there is no limit about it. But if I talk about minus infinity, people usually think that as actually it means that is smaller than 0, but it doesn't mean that it is small. It is smaller than 0, but it's big, very big. It's big, very big. So keep this in mind that minus infinity does not mean a very small value. It means you are going to a very infinite value that you don't know. It is a large infinite, in other words you can say a large infinite number. So whenever you came across the infinity in the division of any number, or you put the value of infinity in the division, you will get a 0. But if you multiply the infinity with any number, you will came across with the infinite number. So from the given function, we can say that when x approaches to infinity, then f of x approaches to 0. So infinity refers to large number and 0 refers to small number. So as x approaches to infinity, f of x approaches to 0. So keep this in your mind. Let's have an example of evaluating the the function at infinity. If you are given with a function that is f of x is equals to 4x, and you have to evaluate this function at infinity, what you will do? So if I'll write as limit of x approaches to infinity of f of x is equals to limit of x approaches to infinity of 4x. Now it means if we apply the theorems of limits, we will get 4 into limit of x approaches to infinity of x. So it means 4, and we have to put the value of x as infinity. So it will be like this. So if I'll say if x approaches infinity, then that means 4x will approach to infinity as well. as something is multiplying with x, but x is still there because x is infinite. So we can say that when you multiply something with infinity, you will get an infinity. So we have came across the two things at the end. That is, let's write it, limit of x approaches to infinity of f of x is equals to, if you have a function like limit of x approaches to infinity of 1 over x, you will get a function 1 over infinity and it will be equal to 0. So whenever you came across 2 by infinity, 3 by infinity, 4 by infinity, you will get a 0. And in case you have an infinity in the form of multiplication, as if you have a function 2x, you will get 2 into infinity and the answer will be infinity. So keep these two things in your mind in order to solve or in order to evaluate the functions at infinity. In our next lecture, we will see how you can evaluate the limits at infinity of the polynomials, and we will discuss the different cases about it. So that's all from today's lecture. Thank you. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe our channel math.com for more updates. Thank you.